Okay, and welcome to Providence, Rhode Island, home of the Providence Friars. It's going to be a treat for the 2010 Mid-Fairfield team. They're going to get to play at the Providence Friars Arena, which is just an absolutely amazingly beautiful rink here. And so this is a rare treat for the kids. And hopefully they play accordingly. So, and the first game. All right, sorry about that. We lost the audio for a second. The first game, which took place early this afternoon, Mid-Fairfield got the win, 4-3. It was a little tight at the end, but we managed to get through it. Poor camera angles and a commentator who was close to losing his mind. Chris was in net for the first game, so this game should be a little bit more relaxed for me as Brendan Domini is in net. And but nonetheless, it'll be a good matchup. I know Providence has been playing fantastic hockey lately. And they were losing 4-1 at one point and then put in two very late goals. One was a blast from the blue line, but Mid-Fairfield was able to hold on and go back to their winning ways, which was much needed after the previous weekend. So we're going to get going here shortly. Hey, Greg. For some reason, it keeps going in and out.
Testing, 1, 2, all right.
Testing. Kev, I don't know if this is working or not. Can you log on and just make or if parents at home can just see if it's working? So if a parent at home could text on the parent chat, we're having problems with the audio, so somebody could let us know if the audio is working. So can you hear? Okay. Okay, sorry about that, folks. We were having some problems with the audio there for a second. So let's see. Let me get back at it here. All right, so we had the puck drop, and Providence goes back to their blue line, fires it into the mid-Fairfield zone. Coccaro bounces it off, but Providence is there to recover. Providence in the corner. Behind Domini. Nice play by Scranton to deny the pass into the slot. Here comes Zoo, who pinches up. Gets it to Scranton. Scranton into the slot. Fires it right over the head of Dryden. Scranton now centers it, but nobody's home. Yoon now was coming off the bench, picks up the puck. Mid-Fairfield goes for a shift change, so Jack Shore is all by himself. Toe tracks and turns it over in front of Dryden, the Providence goalkeeper. And there's going to be an icing on Providence. All right.
Yeah. Don't worry.
Yeah, I think we can hear now. Thank you. So I apologize to the parents. We were having some audio issues, despite the fact this arena is absolutely amazing. We were having a few issues. Puck back to Schwarz, but Providence comes up with it, and they're going to have a breakaway here on Domini. Shot, and it's padded to the side. Providence still with the puck, comes up into the corner, turns it over to Schwarz, who gets it to Heckel. Heckel surveys, chips it out. No, better play by Providence to keep the puck. Turnover by Mid-Fairfield, but Domini comes up with a save. Providence still with the puck, just swarming around. Out to the blue line, shot, padded to the side by Domini. Yoon now tries to get the puck out, finally does. Mid-Fairfield living a little dangerously in their own zone, but puck is driven 2 lines, and it's going to be an icing on Providence. So sorry for the rough start there, folks, but we promise we'll get better as we go. So we've got Kevin O'Neill again on the camera, and I'll be your color commentator for what that's worth. So Correa at center, and he's surrounded by Vartanian and Moore. Providence up with the puck, breaks it out of their own zone, into the neutral zone, into the Mid-Fairfield zone. Turns it over to Hall. Andy Hall fires a pass over to Moore. Moore into the Providence zone, gets a shot onto Dryden. It's padded into the corner. And here comes Providence into the neutral zone. Dumps it over into the corner. Goes for a shift change. Hall comes up with a puck. Fires it down to Vartanian, who dumps it into the Providence zone. Both teams going for shift changes there. And here comes Daigle from Providence. Shot. Side of Domini. Didn't hit the net on that one. But Daigle is a very dangerous player out there. Good shooter, good skater. Providence player falls to the ice. And Pan was there to pick up the puck. Gets a shot, but that's off the side of the net, I believe. And here comes Providence again. Coccaro back there with Yoon. Shot, saved by Domini. Rebound goes out to Scranton, who races down the ice. He's got his defenseman beat out in front and goes down. The puck goes in. Kai Scranton, with his 3rd goal of the weekend so far, just presses the accelerator, beats his defenseman, and the puck slides through Dryden's 5-hole. Mid-Fairfield up 1-0 early. 12:01 in the first period. Kai Scranton putting on a show so far. Heckel at center, surrounded by Pan and Scranton. Zoo and Coccaro back on D. Couple of turnovers. Heckel drops the puck for Coccaro. Coccaro back up to Heckel. Heckel skates through the neutral zone, weaves and bobs through a couple of players. Is pinned along the board. Heckel still with the puck. Into the slot, shot. And it's to the side of the net. Scranton tried to get it out to Zoo, but turnovers back and forth between both teams. Coccaro looks to settle it down to Zoo, mishandles it, and Providence now with the puck. Mid-Fairfield races back to get players in front of Domini and Do. Nice play by Carey to get a stick down. Scranton again with the puck, shoots wide of Dryden. Correa races over, fires the puck behind Dryden again. Mid-Fairfield goes for some fresh legs. Rothstein with a good forecheck. Also Correa there as well. Sullivan with the steal of the puck, but turns it over in the corner. Providence looks to break out across their own blue line into the center line. Myers from Providence hits the brakes, turns the corner. Tries to leave it for a defenseman. Donatelli fires it back in with Myers, and there's going to be an offside on Providence. So with 10:38 left in the first period, Mid-Fairfield takes an early 1-0 lead on Kai Scranton's third goal of the weekend. Correa at center. Providence wins it, fires it to the side of Domini. It bounces back. He sticks it behind the net. Yoon up with the puck. Tries to feather it out, but Rothstein wasn't there quite yet. Puck heads into the Providence zone. Sullivan races down into the corner to get there first. Rothstein's there to help him, but Providence comes out with the puck. Puck gets turned over again, goes to the opposite side. Rothstein chips it out to Yoon. Yoon tries to fire it, hits off a Providence player, and here comes Providence. Dumps it past Yoon, but they elect for a shift change. Shore's up with the puck, tries to get it up to Sullivan, but Providence made a play to get a stick on it. And there's going to be an icing on Mid-Fairfield. 9:51 left in the first period. Mid-Fairfield up 1-0. And we're going to have a face-off just to the right of Domini. Cam Daigle against Braden Heckel. Tied up. Providence wins it, dumps it into the corner. Providence gets there first. Hall chases out to their defenseman Pody. Pad save by Domini. Off the boards, Pody swiped at him, unable to get it. And there's going to be another icing. So coach will run with the same lines. You've got Heckel, Scranton, and Pan out there. Win by Providence. Shot widely, or shot widely. Shot wide at Domini. Mohammed with a shot, again off the mark. Providence so far has had a bunch of chances, but missed the net on at least 3 or 4 occasions. Providence tried to field it, but Scranton comes up with it. He's got Pan there, shot! Hit the crossbar. So Mid-Fairfield with a golden opportunity there. So Domini fields it. Leaves it for Zoo, who gets it to Vartanian, who chips it out. And he's got Sullivan and Moore down there. Sullivan tries to split the defenders, unable to do so. And Providence breaks it out of their zone. Zoo now gives chase into his own zone. Providence gets there first. Zoo able to come up with a puck. Sullivan fires the puck out to Moore, but unable to hit his stick. And that's going to be another icing on Mid-Fairfield. 8:15 left in the first period. Mid-Fairfield up 1-0 over Providence. So Ty Sullivan at the center. He's got Vartanian and Moore out there with him. Kakaro and Zoo on D. Win by Providence. Shot on Domini. He's able to keep it out with his stick. Oh, that was going in. Brendan Domini with a tremendous save, keeping the puck out of the net with his stick. And here comes Moore the other way. He's got Vartanian, toe drags up over the net. Puck deflected off of Sullivan's stick. Dryden was down. Mid-Fairfield tried to get a shot on him, unable to do so. Now Providence into the Mid-Fairfield zone. Out to their defenseman, shot that's blocked by Mid-Fairfield. Providence hits the streaking player coming in off the bench, but turns it right over to Yoon. Goes over to the Providence defenseman, now to their wing. Out into the slot, sticked aside by sticked out in front by Domini, back out to the Providence defenseman, who dumps it in. Out to Donatelli, shot, and it's absorbed into the stomach of Domini. Brendan Domini coming up big the last minute or so, 3 or 4 key saves to keep Providence off the board. 7:03 left in the first period. Correa at center. He's got Rothstein out there in Scranton. Schwartz and Yoon out on D. Correa at the center. Win by Providence. McNally winds up, shoots, blockered aside by Domini. Out in front, but mid-Fairfield's there with Rothstein, and they start running. Leave it for Scranton now, who's got the puck. Tries to get a shot off. Nice stick check by Providence. Puck's still loose. Rothstein now behind Dryden. Throws it out to Schwartz. Gets it back to Rothstein. Loses the handle. He's behind Dryden. Rothstein still loose with the puck. Out in front, but Providence is there with a steal. And Providence throws it the length of the ice, and it's going to be an icing. 6:24 left in the first period. So Heckel will come to the face-off circle. He's got Pan and Sullivan out there with Hall and O'Neill. Pucked out to Hall, who taps it back in to Sullivan. Sullivan with a big check. Pan drives it into the corner. Providence comes up with it. Tries to break it out. Mishandles it temporarily. And mid-Fairfield's forechecking Providence back. Hall tries to field it with her stick, unable to do so. But no matter, it's going to be an icing on Providence. So coach will run with the same group here. He's got Heckel at the center. Out to Hall. Hall winds up, shoots onto Dryden, padded to the side, and Providence runs with it. Providence dumps it to the side of Domini. Gets there first. Out to their D. It's Pody, takes a shot. Out in front, doesn't quite get to Domini. A ton of players right in front. Another shot, doesn't get quite to Domini again. Nice play by Sullivan. Sullivan now regroups with the puck, gets it over to Hall. And there's going to be an offside on mid-Fairfield. Vartanian was just a step behind Pan, who had circled back to try to settle the puck down. So Vartanian at center. Providence wins. Zoo plays it in the neutral zone, but Providence comes up with it. Drives it into the corner behind Domini. Drives it to the other side. Zoo has his player tied up, but Providence gets loose with it. Out at the face-off circle. Out to the blue line. Shot. Doesn't make it to Domini, but it's in the slot. Wide of Domini. Nice save by Brendan Domini. Great pad save by Domini. Point-blank shot goes wide of Domini. Stopped by Zoo. And here comes Rothstein. Rothstein races into the Providence zone. Rebound off of Dryden, goes out to Zoo. Zoo pinches in, skates around a couple of players. Out in front, was looking for Rothstein, unable to connect. And here comes Providence. Providence dumps it in. Domini fields it behind his own net, leaves it for Caccaro. Caccaro taps it back to Zoo. And Heckel knocks it into the Providence zone. Providence regroups. Oh, mid-Fairfield went for a shift change. Dodged one right there. was a player standing at the blue line. Mid-Fairfield didn't see him, went for a shift change. He was standing all by himself, but the pass went in to create an offside. So Mid-Fairfield dodges one there. Heckel at the face-off circle. Wins it. Back to O'Neill. Goes off a couple players' sticks. Correa gets it out to Heckel. Gets it back to Correa. Correa's still up with the puck. Tried to get in the center, but Providence gets sticks down, and now they run the other way. They're going to have a 3-on-2. Hall uses her stick and then ties up the player. Nice play by Andy Hall. Providence now right in front of Domini. Unable to connect to the player in the slot. Providence regroups. Donatelli now mishandles the puck. Scranton's on him. And Correa. Providence regroups with the puck again. Fired it into Myers from Providence. But Mid-Fairfield now will collect it behind Domini. Gets it to Scranton. And now it's behind Dryden. And Mid-Fairfield will go for a shift change. Both teams with fresh legs now. Teams keep exchanging, throwing it down to each other's zone. Daigle now with the puck from Providence. Behind Domini. Yoon with a fine defensive play to dislodge the puck, but it's turned over. Daigle now with the puck. Shot and glove by Domini. Beautiful save. Brendan Domini with the glove to deny Providence. 2:24 left in the first period. Brendan Domini standing tall for Mid-Fairfield in the first period, keeping Providence off the board. Providence again with the win. Shores tries to knock it out. Sullivan now with the puck. It's mishandled by Mid-Fairfield. They're still trying to get it out. Unable to do so. Providence in control of the puck. Dumps it behind Domini. Tied up in the corner. Yoon now hits the brakes, has the puck, taps it over to Schwarz. Schwarz back to Yoon. Yoon tries to get it out to Rothstein. Providence pinches in. Yoon still with the puck to Schwarz. Schwarz skates by, tries to skate by a Providence kid, unable to do so. Puck turned over in the neutral zone. And Providence is going to send it down for an icing. 1:20 left in the first period. Mid-Fairfield up 1-0 on an early goal by Kai Scranton. Brendan Domini having a great first period, standing on his head to keep Providence off the board. Correa at center. Win by Providence. But Scranton comes up with a puck. Hustle play by Kai Scranton out in front. He had Heckel there, but Heckel was tied up. Into the corner is Correa. Mid-Fairfield trying to get a cycle going here. Leaves it for Scranton. Teams exchange turnovers, but here comes Providence into the over center ice. Turns over the puck, but Daigle's got the puck. Drives it behind Domini. Caccaro there. Taps it by for Scranton. Caccaro dumped by the Providence player. And here comes Heckel, all by himself. Gets off a shot, but saved by Dryden. But again, Braden Heckel creating a scoring chance out of nothing. Draws the penalty for Mid-Fairfield. So Providence having Cam Daigle off the ice for 1:30. That's the third time this weekend that Braden Heckel has single-handedly caused Providence to commit a penalty. So Mid-Fairfield will go on their first power play of the afternoon. So you've got Pan at center, surrounded by Sullivan and Rothstein. Win by Providence. Try to get it out. Heckel is able to slam it back in. Mid-Fairfield trying to get going, but Providence with an active penalty kill, and here they break it out. Nice play by Scranton to deny the pass, or the entry in. And here comes Sullivan trying to get by his defenseman. He's gone down to the ice. Providence with a long pass and a shot on Domini, and that's going to end the first period here. So at the end of the first period, it's Mid-Fairfield 1, Providence 0 on a Kai Scranton goal early on. And we'll take a short break and be back in the second period in just a minute. Okay, and welcome back to the second period. So Mid-Fairfield will be on the power play here for an additional 55 seconds. Cam Daigle from Providence is in the box right now. So far the highlights of the game, you have a goal by Kai Scranton, some stellar goaltending by Brendan Domini. You see Blake Dryden head back into net for Providence. And Domini back into net for Mid-Fairfield. Daigle heads into the box for Providence. And we'll start with Pan at center. He's surrounded by Sullivan and Rothstein. Scranton and Heckel out on D. Win by Mid-Fairfield goes out to Heckel. Heckel gets it to Rothstein. Gets it to Sullivan. Looks to gain the zone. Hits the brakes. Leaves it for Scranton. Scranton's got Heckel up at the point. Out to Rothstein. Rothstein back to Heckel. Slammed way high of the net. And Providence is able to drive it out. Heckel retreats into the Mid-Fairfield zone. I think Heckel was trying to get a heavy shot. Was unable to do so. Must have hit it wrong on his stick before. Sullivan now into the slot. Shot. Glove save by Dryden. 12 seconds left in the penalty to Daigle. 14-17 left in the second period. So Correa at center. He's surrounded by Moore and Vartanian. O'Neill and Hall back on D. Win by Mid-Fairfield. Moore taps it out to O'Neill, but Providence steals the puck and drives it to the side of Domini. Hall gives chase. Hall hits the brakes, turns, decides to skate with it a little bit. Has Vartanian up the wing, but only Providence players. Vartanian twirls around, still with the puck, finally turns it over to Providence, and that's going to kill the penalty. Correa with a strong forecheck, pinning his player in the corner. Turns it over, Vartanian there. I think we're going to have a penalty on Mid-Fairfield here. And so Correa is going to go off for a minute 30 here, so teams exchanging penalties. So Mid-Fairfield now will go on the penalty kill. And they're going to have to kill off the penalty to Correa. So Daigle at the center spot for Providence against Scranton. Win by Providence. They look to get set up here. Pody is the quarterback of the power play here. Oh, nice play by Scranton, forcing the Providence player out. Continuing. Scranton with a strong forecheck, keeping Providence at bay. Pody now skates it in and tries to leave it for his teammate, but unable to do so, and it's forced out of the zone. Mohammed now takes the puck into the Providence zone, looks to set up shop, leaves it for Pody. Pody over to the point. Shot, it's off of Shores' stick, out in front of Domini with a save. Another shot, saved by Domini, still out in front. Swept away by Yoon. Pody now looks to get set up here. But Yoon all over him, able to force the puck out. So Mid-Fairfield burning off precious seconds with some strong penalty killing here. And Domini comes up with another big save on the power play, or the penalty kill, sorry about that. So coach gets some fresh legs out here. He's got Sullivan at center with Pan, Zoo, and Kakaro. Win by Providence. And they leave it, but it gets loose. Eric Pan now with a breakaway onto Dryden, right through the... Oh, and Blake Dryden comes up with it. I thought for a second Pan just tried to slide it through the pads. He had an opening there. It looked like he might have beaten him, but Dryden able to squeeze his legs and to stop the puck from going in. So Providence with the win here, but it's turned over. Kakaro comes up with it, fires it across ice. Gets it to Sullivan. Sullivan regroups in the Mid-Fairfield zone. Wastes a few seconds, but doesn't get it out of the zone. Providence now with a shot and a score over the shoulder of Domini. Mid-Fairfield unable to get it out of their zone. They tried slapping it against the board, and Providence is able to tie it up. One apiece. Providence is a team that will not go quietly into the night. They will fight until the last second, so this is going to be a good one until the very end. So Heckel at center, and he's surrounded by Vartanian and Moore. Wins over to O'Neill. O'Neill skates up a little, loses control of the puck. Providence now back at it. Moore slings it out, but McNally from Providence is there. Circles back into his own zone. Heckel causes a turnover. Puck goes the length of the ice, and O'Neill is there. O'Neill gets it over to Hall, who gets it over to Vartanian. But a steal by Providence at the faceoff circle. Shot doesn't get to Domini. And now Providence regroups in their own zone. Puck goes behind the Mid-Fairfield zone, or behind the net. O'Neill tries to field it, skates up ice. O'Neill fires it across, bounces off a Providence player. Heckel now up with it. Heckel's looking for a couple of Mid-Fairfield players, leaves it for Yoon, but Providence is there now with the puck. Daigle cross ice pass to Lyons. Turned over again to Mid-Fairfield, and that's going to be an offside. Moore was just a step too early. 10:48 left in the second period. We're all knotted up, one apiece. So we've got Scranton at center, surrounded by Sullivan and Rothstein. Yoon and Schwartz out on D. Win by Scranton. Teams exchange turnovers. Providence into the Mid-Fairfield zone. Nice play by Schwartz to kick the puck away, but Providence still with the puck, circled around off of a gangle of players. Scranton's trying to settle it down here. Spins around. Now he's going to use his speed. Falls down, but leaves it for Rothstein. Rothstein still with the puck in the slot. Shot too high of Dryden. And here comes Providence. Rothstein with a steal. pushes it to the side of Dryden, who fields it. Scranton's still there. Has the puck taken away from him. Here comes Providence the other way. Shot onto Domini's shoulder, bounces off. Pody now turns and fires, stick to side by Domini. Out of the mid-Fairfield zone. Back in, here comes Providence. Into the slot, off of Yoon. And here comes Sullivan now. Looks to break it out. He's got Correa there, just pushes the puck onto Dryden, and Providence recovers, but Correa with a strong forward check. Mid-Fairfield goes for a shift change. Daigle now with the puck. Out to the face-off circle, comes right in on Domini, off-angle shot, hits the side of the net. Daigle throws it out to his defenseman. Back to Daigle, turns over the puck, and now it's loose. Pan races down the ice, but Dryden comes way out of the net to try to field it. Correa was there. Dryden's still out of the net. Fortunately for Providence, mid-Fairfield unable to get a shot. Leaves it for Caccaro. Caccaro pinches in, shot, and it's blocker to the side by Dryden. Correa leaves it for Caccaro. It skips over his stick, so he has to regroup. Caccaro hits the brakes. Providence player goes flying by. Caccaro back, puck turns it over to Martineau. Martineau toe drags, but nice play by Braden Heckel. Martineau still with the puck, circles around, leaves it for his defenseman McNally. Mid-Fairfield all over him, but he's still got the puck, leaves it out in front, and it's covered by Domini. 8:10 left in the second period. Mid-Fairfield's all tied up with Providence, one apiece. So Vartanian at center, and he's got Rothstein out there and Moore. Win by Providence, but they turn over the puck, so Moore's got it now across center ice. Moore just dumps it in on Dryden, sticks it to the side. McNally up with the puck from Providence. Misfires, but it goes all the way around, and Providence picks up the puck at center ice. They got a 2-on-2. Donatelli with a shot. Pad save by Domini. Puck's way out in front, and Rothstein races out with it. Rothstein toe drag shot. Blocker saved by Dryden. Providence is content to drive at the length of the ice, and there'll be an icing on Providence. So both teams with scoring opportunities in the second period, and goalkeepers coming up with key saves to keep this at one apiece. So Correa at center. He's got Scranton right behind him. And here comes Providence across center ice. Schwarz back on D. Out to Lyons. Cross ice pass. Shot. Skips by Domini. Lyons back up with the puck again. Providence down the slot. Shot, and it's tipped off of Yoon's stick and up into the netting. 7:04 left in the second period. Correa at center. Win by Correa. Yoon fires it over to Scranton, but it goes too far. Providence comes up with the puck. To the side of Domini, behind Domini. Out to Lyons. Over on the blue line to his partner. Providence moving the puck extremely well. Shot, and it's off of a skate. Over into the corner. Providence circling. Then Fairfield got high, but Scranton races back to get a stick down to prevent the pass into the slot. Now Pan over center ice. Pan across the blue line. Tries to get a shot. Unable to do so. Falls into Dryden. And here comes Providence. Across the mid-Fairfield blue line. Nice drop pass. Nice save by Domini out in front. And we're going to have a penalty here. So Mid-Fairfield's going to go off. Correa for his second penalty of the afternoon. Roughing on Correa. 6:06 left in the second period. Mid-Fairfield's going to have to kill off another penalty here. So we've got Sullivan at center. Cuccaro and Heckel out there as well with Zoo. Providence with a lethal power play unit up the top. Out in front of Domini, and Providence, Domini never saw it. Puck dropped right to his side. He didn't see it, so Mid-Fairfield gives up the lead here, 2-1, Providence. Providence cashing in on the penalty. So we've got Heckel at center, surrounded by Sullivan and Pan. So win by Mid-Fairfield. Sullivan right into the Providence zone. Hits the brakes, taps it back to Zoo, who tries to wind up, but a block by Providence. Zoo back up with the puck. Mid-Fairfield gets on side. Zoo fires it over into the corner. Pan up with the puck. Pan with some skating. Shot, tries to go through the 5-hole on Dryden. And the puck slammed down to the other side. I think Dryden is wised up that Mid-Fairfield has tried to put 4 or 5 shots in this period through the 5-hole. And Blake Dryden closing the door. So Mid-Fairfield has got to dig itself out of a hole here. Win by Mid-Fairfield. O'Neill has to circle back to collect. It's turned over to Providence. Donatelli's pinned up on the boards by Vartanian. Turnover. Scranton comes up with it. O'Neill able to force the issue and keep it in. Back and forth the turnovers go, but Providence finally is able to settle it down. Out to Donatelli with the puck across the Mid-Fairfield blue line into the slot. Shot patted to the side. Hall now with the puck. Slides it over. Vartanian races over it, but Providence gets there first. McNally's with the puck. Scranton and Vartanian. McNally gets loose, but he's got O'Neill there. Hall slams it over there, but Providence able to collect. And the puck squirts out of the Mid-Fairfield zone. Providence tries to settle it down, turns it over at center ice. Rothstein now up with the puck, leaves it for Vartanian, but nice steal by Providence, and here they go. They're going to have a 3-on-2. Donatelli slides it over. Back into the slot, saved by Domini with a pad. Unable to keep it in the zone. Nice check by Heckel. Rothstein now 1-on-1. Dryden slides the puck over with his stick. Rothstein tries leaving it for Heckel, slams his player into the boards. Heckel still with the puck, fighting for possession. Puck way up in the air, and Providence fields it, comes down with it. And they race across the neutral zone into the Mid-Fairfield zone. Drop pass behind Domini. Providence moving the puck well. Lions out with the puck. Yoon now with the steal, and he's got Pan. Yoon looks to break out. Yoon across the blue line. Oh, it was actually off of a Providence player. Almost went in the net. Providence goes the other way into the Mid-Fairfield zone. Poke check by Shores. Providence moving the puck well again. Shot out in front, but that's blocked by Schwarz, who picks up the loose shot, surveys, gets it to Pan. Pan fires cross ice to Sullivan. Sullivan back to Heckel with a shot, and he's hammered into the glass by Providence. Sullivan slams the puck behind Dryden. And here comes Providence across center ice. Caccaro back on D. Out to Pody, the blue line. Pody looked for a shooting angle, nothing there. Pody back up with the puck. Cross ice pass, but it goes out of the zone. Puck dumped in behind Domini. Providence gives chase, gets there first, but turned over to mid-Fairfield. And here comes Sullivan, who gets by his defender, tries to hit a streaking Rothstein, just about an inch too short. Providence taps it out of their own zone. Zoo pinches in. Zoo up the face-off circle. Shot to the front of Dryden. Rothstein picks it up. Rothstein squirts by his player, leaves it for Correa out in front of Dryden, and it's blown dead. So Blake Dryden talking to a couple of his former teammates, getting some smiles. So mid-Fairfield struggling here to get any sustained pressure on Dryden. Correa at center. Win by Providence. But there's a turnover. Correa tries to get it to Rothstein, unable to do so. They dump it behind Dryden. Correa now gives chase over into the corner. He's got Rothstein there on the side, tries getting it out in front. Puck just sitting there. Puck slammed out, and Hall gives chase, slides it over to O'Neill. O'Neill cross-ice pass. Rothstein picks it up, dumps it in behind Dryden. 50 seconds left here. Scranton now in the corner. Rothstein up with the puck, shot, and it's gloved by Dryden. 38 seconds left in the second period. So coach goes for some fresh legs here. He's got Heckel at center, surrounded by Moore and Vartanian. Yoon and Schwarz back on D. Heckel at the face-off. Win by Heckel, out to Moore, who fires a shot. I think it hit the post. And here comes Providence. Nice play by Schwarz to deny, but Providence picks up the loose puck. Schwarz able to get it out back again to Vartanian. Vartanian cross ice to Moore. Moore's skating in the middle. He's got Vartanian there. Vartanian still with the puck, just dumps it in. Loose puck, Moore tries to pick it up, but it's turned over right again to Providence. And Schwarz rides out the winger behind Domini. 2 seconds left. A couple of Providence players and mid-Fairfield players exchanging pushes and shoves. But that should be about it. They'll go to their respective benches, and we'll have the third period coming right up. Okay, and welcome back. We're going to start the third period here. And while you were away, Brendan Moore and his counterpart from Providence will head to the sin bin for a minute 30 for a high stick. So they're offsetting penalties. So we will still skate 5 apiece. So we've got Heckel at center. Heckel with the win, but Providence races in. Dagels just steals the puck. Shot by Domini. So Providence right away cashes in to go up on Mid-Fairfield 3-1, only 7 seconds in. So Providence able to force the puck back in. Out to the blue line. Pody looked like he was going to shoot, then passed at the last second out of the Providence zone. Dump behind Domini. Caccaro up with the puck. Caccaro gets it over to Scranton. Scranton uses his feet to keep it in. Scranton now with a shot. Bounces off of Dryden. Mid-Fairfield still trying to get some pressure on him. Caccaro over to Zoo. Zoo winds up off of Dryden, back to Zoo. Again, Zoo with another pad save by Dryden. Out in front with Dryden. Mid-Fairfield unable to get any sticks down, but finally was able to get some sustained shots on Dryden. Providence goes for a shift change, gets it out to Heckel though. Leaves it for Scranton. Scranton turns around, back and forth. Leaves it for Rothstein. Rothstein over to Caccaro. Caccaro gets by his player. Caccaro by 2 players. Shot too high. Zoo collects it. Dumps it behind, tries to get it behind. Does finally get it behind Dryden. Heckel is there out in front. Out to Scranton. Scranton fires, and it's gloved by Dryden. So Mid-Fairfield with a few scoring chances, but they are down 3-1 right now. So the penalty to Moore has expired. So Correa at center, surrounded by Sullivan and Rothstein. Hall and O'Neill out on D. It's a win by Providence. Sullivan now with a shot off of Dryden out in front. O'Neill picks it up, slides it over to Hall. Hall gets it to Sullivan. Sullivan behind Dryden out in front. He's got Correa there, unable to get a stick down. Puck still loose. And Providence comes up with it. And Providence is going to have a breakaway here. Hall races back, able to get a shoulder. Nice play by Andy Hall to get a shoulder on him. And here comes Rothstein. So Mid-Fairfield now racing down the ice. Rothstein hits the brakes, cross ice, unable to get it to the MF player. And now here comes Providence again. Hall again races back. And Hall and O'Neill are able to deny it. Mid-Fairfield gives up a couple of breakaway opportunities, but their defensemen come up large. Sullivan able to pin him against the boards. Sullivan tries to get it to Rothstein, misfires, and there's going to be an icing on Mid-Fairfield. So Mid-Fairfield was able to get some sustained pressure on Dryden, but Providence able to dodge the bullets and maintain their lead of 3-1 over Mid-Fairfield. So Heckel at center with Scranton and Pan. Puck behind Domini. Out to the blue line. Shot. Hits a bunch of players. Saved by Domini off his pad. Yoon slams it around. A couple of Providence players go after it, unable to control the puck, and it's all the way down in their zone. Pan gives chase. Shore's now up with the puck over to Yoon. Over to Scranton, who leaves it for Pan. Pan with a nice play. He's got Heckel out in front. Shoots it. Heckel, off-angle shot, unable to get it onto Dryden. Turns over. Scranton's got it. Slides it over to Heckel. Heckel over to Yoon. Winds up. Tipped. Doesn't quite hit Dryden. Goes to the side. Puck again behind Dryden. Providence is tired here. Yoon now is tied up at the blue line. Puck comes out. Providence goes for a quick shift change. But Fairfield dumps it in, but Providence gets fresh legs. Vartanian with the forecheck. Forces a turnover at the blue line, but Myers is there from Providence, races out, gives it to Donatelli. Shot over the shoulder of Domini, and here comes Sullivan with the errant shot. Sullivan now across the blue line, loses the handle. Donatelli from Providence now with the puck behind Dryden. Puck gets loose. Correa now taps it out to Zoo, who fires it. Swept aside by Providence. Providence chips it in behind Domini, gives chase. They still have the puck. Providence up with it, leaves it in the slot over the head of Domini. Looks like some tired legs out there. Vartanian trying to get it out. Finally, doesn't. Puck behind Domini now. Zoo gives chase. Providence up with a puck in the slot right in front of Domini. Providence still up with the puck, keeping it in the zone. Mid-Fairfield desperately trying to get it out. Finally does to Sullivan, who loses the handle at the blue line, but does get it out. Kakaro leaves it for Zoo. Zoo gets it to Vartanian. Vartanian turns it over at the blue line. Providence back up with the puck. Manley from Providence now shoots it in off of Kakaro's skate. Moore now up with the puck. Moore across center ice. He's by himself, chips it in to the side, and gives chase. Providence breaks it out of their zone, and it's tipped. Hall's there, but Providence is able to keep it in. Daigle now with the puck, tries to slide it over, but I believe Hall got a stick on it. Back and forth they go, cross ice. Out to Kelly. Kelly winds up, shoots, padded side by Domini. Puck comes out to Rothstein, who does get a stick on it. He's got to race down. Gets it onto Dryden, who didn't know where it was. But Providence is able to sweep it away. Martineau now up with the puck. Shoots it and goes off of O'Neill. Providence just cycling the puck around. Now out in front of Domini. Nice play by the mid-Fairfield defenseman. O'Neill and Hall. O'Neill misfires right out in front of Domini. There's nothing Brendan Domini could do about that over the shoulder of Domini. So Providence goes up 4-1 over mid-Fairfield. 8:12 left in the third period. Providence goes ahead by 3 goals. Mid-Fairfield's dug itself a big hole here to dig out. So Scranton at center, surrounded by Pan and Sullivan. Sullivan comes up with the puck, races across the blue line. Sullivan's thrown to the ice. Scranton now with Sullivan, but Providence comes out with a puck. Into the mid-Fairfield zone, cross-ice pass. Back into the front. Goes by Domini. Providence is an excellent passing team. Out in front of Domini, puck's still loose. Providence regroups at their own blue line. Scranton now with the puck. Over to Sullivan. Over to Yoon. Over to Pan. It's turned over at center ice. And Schwartz looks to settle things down now in his own zone, fires it up to Scranton at center ice, leaves it for Sullivan. But Providence has got control, and here comes Martineau. Tries to get by Schwartz, unable to do so. But Providence still with possession of the puck. Daigle now throws it out to his defenseman. Daigle half ice pass to Pody, shot out in front of Domini, and Domini tried to put his glove on it, but Mid-Fairfield unable to move out. The Providence center slams in the rebound. So Providence with a dominating third period here, storms ahead 5-1 over Mid-Fairfield. 6:39 left in the third period. Heckel now with the puck, skates around the neutral zone, into the Providence zone. Shot off of Dryden. Heckel now still with the puck, looking for somebody in front. Correa now with the puck, gets it out to Zoo, but Providence with the steal, and here they come. Myers now into the Mid-Fairfield zone, just dumps it off into the corner. Caccaro gives chase behind Domini. Caccaro skates up ice, fires a pass over to Heckel, and it's going to be an offside. Caccaro with a step too early. So Sullivan at center with Rothstein and Moore. Providence again wins the faceoff. Hall tries to chip it out, unable to do so, and O'Neill gives chase. Sullivan then gets it over to Moore, tries to field it. Sullivan manages to get a shot on Dryden, and he's into the corner. Sullivan leaves it for Hall, who throws it back. Rothstein with a shot over the shoulder of Dryden. So Dylan Rothstein beats Blake Dryden to cut the lead down to 5-2. So Mid-Fairfield, 5:13 left, is down by 3 now. So Sullivan at center. Mid-Fairfield with the win here. Hall over to O'Neill. He gets it to Sullivan. Sullivan chips it onto Dryden, who scoops it up, tries to scoop it up, but unable to field it. Heckel now with the puck. Heckel turns, off-angle shot right in front of Dryden, but he's able to cover it up. 4:52 left in the third period. Providence up 5-2 over Mid-Fairfield. So coach gets some fresh legs here. He's got Correa at center, surrounded by Pan and Scranton. Schwartz and Yoon come out on D. So win by Providence. Scranton up with the puck. Tries to leave it for Schwartz. But here comes Providence the other way. Shot, blocker to side by Domini. Yoon taps it the other way for Schwartz, who picks it up in the corner. Providence up with the puck. Daigle's behind. Tries to throw it out to his defenseman. Nobody's home. Dryden comes out and fields it. And now Scranton's up with the puck. Scranton tries to get it to Correa, but it's turned over in the slot. Here comes Providence again. into the neutral zone. Tries to get it to Myers, but the puck's tipped out. There's going to be an offside on Providence. 3:47 left. Mid-Fairfield down 5-2 over Providence. Sullivan at center is surrounded by Heckel and Rothstein. Kelly retreats from Providence, throws it out of his zone to Donatelli. Donatelli comes back into his zone. Heckel with the steal, passes cross ice to Caccaro. Caccaro skates up, back up to Heckel. Heckel slams it behind Dryden. Gets it over to Rothstein, who again fires it back over to Sullivan. Sullivan behind him, tries to chip it out in front, but no mid-Fairfield players there. Caccaro now racing back. Try to prevent the breakaway. Able to get it to Sullivan, but Providence is all over him. Sullivan up with the puck, cross center ice. Weaves by a couple of players. Shot off of Dryden, rebound out in front, but nobody's home from mid-Fairfield. Steal by Caccaro, but then Providence steals the puck back, and here they go. Heckel fields the puck in his own zone, skates it out, center ice, over the blue line. Heckel between a bunch of players, shot, patted to the side by Dryden. Zoo now up with the puck, over to Caccaro. Caccaro back to Scranton, and tries splitting the wingers, unable to do so. Here's Providence, who tries to go by Zoo, gets a shot off, but just goes harmlessly by Domini. Rothstein now up with it. And Providence with the turnover at center ice. Dumps it in. Schwartz fields it behind Domini, turns and looks. Decides to skate it himself across center ice, across the blue line. Turns it over, and Providence now the other way. Pan now picks up the loose puck. Gets it to Scranton. Scranton trying to gain speed, go by his defenseman. Scranton looking for some help. Leaves it for Correa, but it's turned over to Providence. Slammed out. Schwartz feels the puck at center ice, throws it over to Hall. Hall over to Schwartz, who leaves it for Scranton. Turned over again at center ice. And here comes Providence, shot. But it's going to be an offside on Providence. 1:28 left in the third period. So coach going with a different lineup here for the last 1:30. He's got Sullivan and Rothstein and Pan, Heckel and Scranton out there. Mid-Fairfield just trying to control the puck. Puck back with Heckel again. Looks cross ice over to Sullivan, has trouble handling it. Then throws it into the zone where Providence is there. Here comes Providence across center ice. They're going to have a breakaway on Domini. It's a nice pad save by Domini. Sullivan tries to settle things down. He's got Rothstein. Rothstein gets it over to Scranton, but there's going to be an offside. 46 seconds left. So it looks like Mid-Fairfield is going to split this weekend with Providence. 4-3 win early this afternoon. And it looks like we're going to fall to 1-1 against Providence this weekend. Correa with the puck. Providence again with the turnover. McNally gets it out. Yoon gives chase. To the side of Domini out front, stick to side, and Correa now up with the puck. Providence with the steal on Correa. Out to McNally. Winds up, shoots. It's deflected to the side of Domini. Yoon up with the puck. 11 seconds left. Yoon tries to get it out to Vartanian. Nobody's home but Providence. And that's it. So Providence with a 5-2 victory over Mid-Fairfield to split for the weekend. So that's it till tomorrow, and we'll see you up in Marlborough, Mass. to play against the Minutemen. Thanks. Good night.